Hey Pollerinos, in theory we're better lit than yesterday. I did try and colour correct it, failed miserably because I have shit editing software. Then I tried to do it on YouTube and it just wouldn't update. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry. Anyway, today's video, there's been a lot of the discourse TM on my Twitter today. And it's about something that I've mentioned before and care about quite a lot because it's bullshit. So I hope you've missed Ranty Robin because she's back. So today my Twitter timeline's been full of people who are quite angry about how inaccessible academic language is. Now, people are like, but we need those words, they mean things. Yes, but no. So, as you may know, I'm doing a science degree, a biological sciences degree, which obviously involves me reading scientific journals. Now, I am a massive loser. I study my subject so much more than half of my year because I really genuinely love it. I read journals for fun, but that doesn't mean that I understand them. The issue with scientific journals is they'll use words. Now, there's nothing wrong with using a word that maybe is more academic or is the only way to refer to something. So, for example, potentially, I don't know, an organ that you've not heard of will have a name. And you don't know that name, so you Google it and you're like, oh, that's what that is, that's what that does. Sound. That's not an issue. It's when you get a ridiculous, not necessarily long word, but just a word you will never have heard of. And you Google it, and it could have been put as like two quite simple words. The issue comes about though, as someone who is trying to get papers published, if you don't use this weirdly academic language that is essentially meaningless and has much simpler options, you can't get published. And you need that to enable you to continue working in that field. The main reason this came up on my timeline today was because a lot of my friends are very interested in sort of social justice and politics, but often they find that when people talk about them, they use very impenetrable language. And this isn't in articles for the study of that thing, these are tweets. Now, I don't know about other subjects, but certainly in sciences, tweets are used as a form of outreach. Outreach involves talking to people who might not necessarily know as much about your subject as you do, and certainly won't understand really academically impenetrable language. So really you want to make sure they understand what you're saying. There's a saying about how if you can't explain something simply, you don't truly understand it. And I do believe that. I've found any aspect of science that interests me, I might try and explain to my partner. Now my partner isn't a scientist, my partner is hopefully doing a philosophy degree next year. So I'll turn and I'll say something. And I'll know when I've said something using language that they don't understand because of the look I get in response. But when that happens, I'll then simplify it and check what they know. The issue with people who use this kind of language on Twitter is a lot of the time, and this isn't everyone, I'm not saying it is, they will then respond with, well, you should understand this if you care about this thing. Absolutely not. You should be willing to explain your point. If you can't explain what it means in layman's terms, do you even know what you're talking about? Because I find it difficult to believe you do. I'm not... Maybe you do know what you're talking about, but you're not showing me you know what you're talking about because I don't know what you just said. Is this making sense? It's so frustrating, and it really makes a lot of people feel stupid when in reality either they've specialised in a different area or maybe they struggle with their cognitive ability to focus on words and what they mean. There are a variety of disabilities and neurological conditions that can lead to this, and we're just preventing people from understanding. More to the point, particularly in sciences. Actually no, more to the point, in all academia, surely the reason we do this research is to then show people what we've discovered. And we shouldn't just be showing, in my case, the scientific community. I should be reaching out and showing what I discover to as many people as possible because that is how we truly make change. And without that, there is no purpose for academia. In my opinion, if you're going to work in academia, you should know how to explain what you're doing on both the complex level. I understand you need to get published, you need to be able to make a living, but you also need to be able to explain it in layman's terms. Because scientific outreach is much more important than we give it credit for. It inspires young generations of future scientists who will make incredible breakthroughs, and without it, it means that less people know what's happening. If we can explain things simply and succinctly, more people will know things. Isn't that great? I think that's great. Please give this video a like and subscribe if you enjoyed it, and leave me a comment letting me know what you think about this, because I'm a bit pissed off. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye!